Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesdays and the last English video of home learning. Whoop whoop! Looking forward to having you guys back next week. The purpose of this week really is a bit of a filler week, getting ready for next week. We did a bit of work on different inventions for the last 2 days. The whole point of the next unit is to be able to write your own explanation text, and we're going to write 2 different texts. We're going to write one on an invention that we look at together, and then we're going to write one on an invention that you kind of create and make up yourself. But before we can write our own explanation text, we need to actually have a look at one properly and look at the features of them. So I am going to read an explanation text that I have made myself, all about one of the inventions in Rosie Revere's book. I know some of you are sick and tired of it, but at least it's going to be it's not a story. And then I'm going to talk about the features of an explanation text, and you're going to then label them on the sheet from your pack. So it might be quite an idea to get the sheet from your pack out, and you can follow it along as I read. So here we go. How does a heli cheesecopter work? Rosie made the heli cheesecopter for her aunt. She had built planes when she was younger, but had a dream to fly. Rosie stayed up all night thinking of an amazing idea. And we got a little picture there of the completed heli cheesecopter, the one that actually worked. What is it made of? A bucket chair is tied to a pair of long skis to make the cockpit. Swimming woggles are bent to form a protective cage around the seat. The tail is a long broom attached underneath the chair. A long lamp sticks up from the back where the cheese rotor blades are secured, ready to go. The cockpit. The cheesecopter can seat 1 pilot. You are strapped in the chair with 2 belts that cross your chest. This stops you from falling out when up in the air. There are 2 levers with balls on to go up and down and to tilt forward and back. The chair is uncomfortable, so remember a cushion. The rotor blades. The rotor blades are long pieces of string cheese. Any flavour will do. When you turn the engine on, the rotor blades start to spin and the cheese becomes a blur. Flying the cheesecopter. You don't need to be a pilot to fly the cheesecopter, but you must be brave. To start the rotor blades, press the button on the left ski. The left stick in the cockpit will make the copter go up and hover in the air. Pushing the right stick will tilt the copter and move it forward. To go back, pull the right lever. And then right at the end it says, did you know the longest journey made in the cheesecopter was from Blue River Creek to Mosterton? Okay. First of all, what I would like, I'm going to ask you a question, but I also want you to have a look at the text with a grown-up. And first of all, I want you to pick out any words that you don't know the meaning of and have a little chat with your grown-up about what those words actually mean. Okay, now cheesecopter is just the name of Rosie's invention. And then what I want you to do, and I've managed to find 6 different ones. I want you to see if you can spot any features of the text. So what can you see in the text? What does it have at the beginning? What does it have at the end? Does it have anything in the middle? And what I want you to think about is, we did this when it comes to our instruction writing before half term. So are there anything, and was there anything in the instructions that could also be in our explanation text? So I want you to pause the video now, have probably quite a bit of a conversation with your grown-up about some of the language, and then what are the features. So those are the things that the features are what we need to put into the explanation text to make it correct. Okay, so pause the video now. Okay, so now you've had a bit of a lengthy chat, or you just decided to disregard that talk automatically and just listen to me. Either one is fine. Okay, I'm going to rub out and show you what the kind of things that I'm hoping that you came up with. So first of all, we have a title. Okay, and the title of an explanation text is always a question. So if I go back, how does a Harry Cheesecopter work? That's our title. It is a question. How do we know it's a question? Because there's a question mark at the end. Okay, and we've also got one of our question words at the beginning. So there's a question title. There's an introduction. Okay. Now, I didn't label the picture, but explanations should have labelled pictures on it, preferably more than one. It's not only got titles, it's got subtitles as well, and some of those might be questions as well. It uses simple sentences to tell us things, so quite a lot of statements. And then the last one, it finishes with a kind of did you know section, like an interesting fact. Either one of those would be fine. So what I want you to do, and this is how short today's English is going to be, I want you to see if you can label those in the text itself. So if I go back to that first page, what is this bit? Okay. Is it the title? Is it the subtitle? Is it a picture? What is it? I want you to label it. Okay. I want you to do this yourself, really. I'm not going to tell you exactly where everything is. You've then got this little bit here, which is one of those things that I talked about. We've got this here. You don't have to put a circle around it. Okay. I'm just doing it to show you. You can just label it. And you can label it in a different color if you want to, or you can just label it with a pencil. Then we've got one of these. Okay. So some of I've already picked out 4 different things. A did you know box was at the end. Well, there's a bit of a clue. So you just need to find an example then of a simple sentence. But I want you to find and label all of these in the text. Okay? We'll go into a bit more detail next week of some of the other things, but these are the main things that I want you to be able to spot in the text, on the sheet that you've got in your pack this week. And that's it for the whole of English. I'm looking forward to carrying on the explanation text when you come back in next week on Monday. Good luck spotting the features.